Welcome back to City Crab Christian Wellness and Truth Podcast. This podcast is about my divine journey and wellness with the Lord. I'm using this podcast to reflect weekly with you, my fellow brothers and sisters of Christ, to share about who God really is. It is our born-given right to be set free, love authentically, and healthy. Let's laugh, love, and learn. Verse of the season: strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31, verse 25. All right, good morning. So, okay, it's been a minute. I'm back in my better, and long story short, I haven't been consistent in my posting, so pray for me on that, because I'm lacking consistency in a few aspects of my life. I keep it 100. This is a journey, but it's up to me to do better, okay? So the enemy, he did try to knock me off my square this past week, but thankfully, like I said, I know better, so now I push forward to do better. You gotta remember to show yourself grace so you can show other people grace. So anyway, so let's get right into it. Matthew 15, verse 7 through 9. You hypocrites, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you. These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. Okay, so look. While reading this, I came to understanding when it comes to the point when you take your walk with God very serious in this world, you come to understand the true meaning in serving God before men. I myself, that was a former people pleaser, when I took the time to read and study my word in a righteous way and getting to know God for who he is and not what religion tries to enforce God to be, it really softens my heart to have more understanding. And it's not about how perfect you are, but it's about the fact that when you know you could do better and you choose to do better and move based on the grace of your heart and not how the world tries to dictate who you are and how you should move and how you should speak, you will literally blossom to your greatest potential. I kid you not, because I myself was not where I'm at now. Baby C Sydney was in a position where she couldn't speak up. Baby C Sydney was in a position where she couldn't even do certain things due to the fact of fear, anxiety, and, doubt. Having, constant doubt from loved ones, from your family, from your friends, having negativity being surrounded around you until, you decide, like, you know what? I'm going to work for the Lord. I'm gonna let people know who God is. So God freed me from my pain. God freed me from my sorrow. God freed me from my anxiety. So it's only right for to speak the word. Even though sometimes I may make my mistakes during my walk, but then you can know that God is working with me. He can work with you authentically. All right. Well, we proceed to 2 Timothy 3 verse 1 through 5, and it says, bookmark this. There will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. So look, real quick, because this one part about disobedience to their parents. This right here, let me say this real quick. God speaks on how to parent. He speaks on how to parent. So when you have parents that try to throw that, be disobedient to God or honor their father and their mother, when they're not doing what God tells them to be, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Which means you lean on God for that guidance when it comes to not wholeness, but the interruption of having the lack of parental guidance when it comes to the spiritual aspect. But anyways, pleasure, lovers of pleasure. That's another thing too I want to speak on, is that people is not understanding. When you put God first before everything else will fold in motion. Like, and then when it comes to with having, a spouse as well. If your spouse is lacking that, inconsistency when it comes to God, it can really knock you off your track.
But although you do not belittle your spouse, you do the best of your ability what God intends you to do. Even though, like I said, you may make a mistake, but that's the process of becoming brand new. You can't become brand new if you lack the old to become new. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. But let's proceed. And then 5 says, they be having the form of godliness. Well, I always every time I say that word, I get the stuttering. But denying its power. So basically, you know that you have this godly power, but you're denying the power. Why are you doing that? Like that don't make sense. Anyways, it's crazy we pick and choose what the flesh desire when it comes to becoming better. We be quick to give someone shame for their process and becoming better and not doing what we need individually. And for sure, it's a lot of work that needs to be done within ourselves before you come to someone else about what they doing and what they not doing. What I realize is that my desire is to please God no matter how much it may hurt, because at the end of the day, it was never about me. It's about my Heavenly Father. God promises if we search for Him, we will find Him. So every day, my mission is to seek God before anything else. So let's move past to 2 Timothy verse 10. It says, "You, however, know all my teachings, my way of life, my purpose, faith, patience, love, and endurance." And many don't take the time to know about the Lord's teachings, His way of life, and not fulfilling the purpose God intended things for them. We live in a world full of doubters, impatient people, lack of genuine love and compassion. So like I said again, now that you know better, do better. And if you don't know, just ask God. It's no excuse.